It's the officer's responsibility to provide as safe as roadway for our community as possible.
At the Richmond Police Department, trained officers know what to look for on the roads, whether it's reckless driving, traveling at night without headlights, or not using turn signals. If it's out of the ordinary, they're aware.
It's their duty to intervene in situations like that, stop that driver, that vehicle, and find out what's going on. It maybe not always can be a DUI, it could be a medical issue.
Chief Richardson says while their official breathalyzer test is at their jail, all officers have a preliminary breath test with them.
And that is just one of the tests they can use to help them determine if someone if there may be a presence of alcohol.
According to the new crime data from the state, there were 343 DUI arrests made in Madison County in 2022. That accounts for more than 5% of all their county's total arrests last year.
We have officers that work just specifically overtime just to enforce traffic violations, speeding, DUI enforcement, seatbelt, distracted driving, things like that. So we could do whatever we can to make the roadway as safe as possible.
Across the Commonwealth, there was more than 16,000 DUI arrests. Chief Richardson says driving under the influence is always a risk for yourself and others.
I've always said that I think people who get arrested for DUI should thank the officer. You know, and I like to stick behind that because that officer could have saved their lives and could potentially save another life.
In Richmond, Julia Sandor, WKYT.